of South Florida Football Academy's U16 MLS Next team and their march to hopefully what will be MLS Flex glory and or tournament glory in the future. Well, it all starts here with Game 3 against the Chargers. South Florida coming off of a heartbreaking loss against IMG, losing that game 4-3, having led the game a couple of times. Just tough turnaround they're going to have to make here against a tough Chargers team that basically embarrassed them at the end of the season last season. Won't even remind you of the score. But new coach, new players, new beginnings. As Coach Jared Ray, we're going to take a look at the lineup here. New keeper between the sticks today is going to be Eli, getting his first start in MLS Next, as well as Matthew Hansen on the left. Brandt coming in for the injured Crosby at center back, number 19. Diego in at center back is number 7. Matthew out at the right back is number 5. Mossy with his first MLS Next start, coming up from our NAL division, starting out of the right mid. Mateo in at center mid, as well as Nico making his first appearance and starter as 91. Diogo out on the left, number 44, and Joaquin and Brian starting up front here to try to add an attack to the South Florida offense. Now, this isn't the typical fields for the Chargers. They're in Lakewood Ranch today. Their typical home fields are in Clearwater, but we're told due to field unavailability that we're not there. Hopefully, we'll be back there soon. We're going to be coming back to you in a moment with the start of this match. Please stick around for a word from our sponsors. You should remember this name when you're thinking about buying another pair of cleats that are just the same old thing. Techie Customs at eBay. Techie Customs provides you with some unique footwear for the field that nobody else will have. Techie Customs at eBay has a 100% satisfaction rating with over 500 sales. Techie Customs at eBay can provide you that unique look that you're looking for. And if you want something done original, you can check them out at Techie Cleats on Instagram. Techie Cleats, and you can drop them a DM to see what they can make for you. So why don't you head on over, check it out, and see what it is that you might like or you might want your feet to look good in. All right, we're off and running. Chargers start with the ball, putting the ball long out to the left side for an immediate throw-in. Matthew on the throw-in, one of two captains today, Brian and himself. This ball passed back to Brandt. Brandt with no pressure as of yet, as the Chargers are laying off of the press. And plays over to Diego. Diego back to Eli. Eli now playing this ball over to Brandt, almost welcoming a press, which finally the Chargers accommodate, and they get the ball off to Matthew Hansen out on the left back. Hansen up the field, plays it into the middle to Diogo. Diogo over to Mossy. Mossy now moving the ball up the middle of the field. This looks good for South Florida. Ball over to Brian. He's got his head up. Shot! Deflected off by the Chargers. We're going to have our first corner of the match. Failed to introduce my color man here, Jeffrey, as that ball comes in and headed by Nico, but unfortunately it doesn't go into the goal. Chargers are ready to clear, but Brandt there to cut off the pass and looking for someone to get the ball to. He finally does, and Mateo. Mateo under some pressure plays it back to Diego, who's safely out of the way. Diego back into Mateo. Mateo looking to play across to Matthew. Matthew with a quick ball inside, unfortunately gets picked off by the Chargers, and they are on a run now. Diego trying to track back, got lucky there by a little bit of a miscommunication by the Chargers, but now they're back in the box, and there's the attempted cross. Although it didn't really look like it had much behind it, Diego able to clear. Brian now giving chase. Chargers able to dink it over and maintain possession, but Mossy there to recover it. He gets it off to Matthew. Matthew now on the run, looking for someone to get the ball to. He gets it off to Joaquin. Joaquin now in the midfield. Joaquin with his head up. He puts it long, trying to hit Nico, but can't get him. He's trying to win the ball back, but unable to do so. Now this ball played into the middle and back to the Chargers defenders. Joaquin with some slight pressure. Nico with a little bit more. And the Chargers are forced to play back to their center backs. trying to make something happen here in the backfield. Chargers looking to get out, just not finding a route thus far, and finally do through the middle. 52 puts the ball up into space, but Diego there to cut it off. And going through, he has to pass back to Mossy. Mossy back to Brandt. Brandt to Mateo. Mateo back to Brandt. Now Brandt to Diego. Diego to Mateo. Mateo back to Brandt. And now Brandt up the field to Nico. Finally got out of that circle. Nico over to Matthew, who's wide open on the right side. Matthew plays the ball into Brian. Brian into Joaquin. Almost had him, but cut out by the Chargers, who play it back to their keeper. Under pressure from Joaquin. Oh, Joaquin almost got away with one there. He passes it off to Brian. Brian passing to the middle, looking for Diogo. He can't get there. Mateo with the ball now. Mateo's got his head up. He takes a shot, and it's over the goal. Well, I guess now's as good a time as any to bring Jeffrey into the conversation. What do you think of that last series of play, Jeffrey?
Well, thanks for firstly for remembering I'm here. You know, I've been sitting next to you the whole time, man. And I've got to tell you, from that series of passing there, it showed a lot of patience on the half of South Florida. And it's good ball work here into Brian, who tries to get it off to Joaquin. Fortunately, it doesn't combine. But this is good pressure from South Florida. As you can see, it causes the keeper to panic a little bit. And they're able to get the ball into an area to where Mateo has a decent crack at it. Unfortunately, it goes over the goal. But overall, I approve.
Well, that's all that really matters in the grand scheme of things. As this ball's played up the field, Brandt able to bring it down deftly with a nice little touch on the ball. He's looking for someone to help him out and passes it back to Diego. Diego now, some time on the ball. He gets it off to Nico. Nico looking for somewhere to go, just can't find any route to take, and plays it back to Brandt. Brandt now taking his space, passing it off to Diego. Diego with his head up, passes it back to Brandt. Patience is the name of the game, as this ball's played up to Diogo, who's forced back to play back to Hansen. Hansen to Brandt. Brandt to Diego. Diego up to Nico. Nico with a nice little turn there. And now South Florida's off and running. Ball up to Matthew. Matthew now on there, looking across the ball. He does. Oh, it's over everybody. Diego giving chase now. Trying to return this ball. And Mossy able to play it out for a throw. Chargers looking for someone to get this ball to. They play it in, but it eventually lands to the feet of Mateo. And South Florida will start all over again with using their backfield. South Florida moving it into space and then deftly passing it back. Chargers not so much concerned with possession as right now the bulk of it's with South Florida. And if this is any indication as to how they're going to approach this game, as this ball is a long ball to Matthew, and he's going to be called for an offsides. Unfortunately, we don't have the video for this game. We don't have the overhead view, so we can't really tell you whether or not that was an accurate call or not. But we'll choose to trust the goalies with their first call of the game. As Chargers play this back to their keeper, under pressure from Joaquin, who is just itching to just take that ball off the goalie's foot. And we have another flag up on the play.
Well, let's take a look at this here. Looks like a handball on Brian. Not much behind it, but an easy call for the referee as it was right in front of him. I expect him to get that.
All right, well, the Chargers take no time in delaying the game as they get this ball out to their right back. Unfortunately, he's having a little bit of difficulty with Diogo on him, but still maintains possession, and they play back to their keeper once more. Now, Brian coming up there trying to snake that pass. Can't do it, and the Chargers are gotten over to their left back. Still in their backfield, Nico applying some pressure there, making it a hard job for the Chargers to clear their lines. And they are forced again back to their own side of the half. It is a hot day out here in Lakewood Ranch. But as you can see, it's a vast number of fields out here. Wide open spaces. It's more humid than it is hot, I guess you could say. It is overcast, to say the least. Another throw by the Chargers. This one turned over. Throw in from Hansen. Plays it safe. Goes back to Brandt. Brandt across the field to Diego. Diego back to Brant. Brant with time. Again, Chargers electing not to really bring that press. Maybe reserving their energy, just following the ball. And Brant again with time on the ball, playing it back over to Diego. Some would think that this is kind of boring. I got to tell you, it takes a lot of willpower and a lot of mental fortitude to continue into that pattern of just passing back and forth. These players want to score. Don't you think twice. But they're being patient with the ball and picking their plans here. As this ball's playing into Brian. Nice little ball over to Joaquin. Joaquin's in the box. Takes a shot. Oh, it's off the crossbar. And it's going to be out for a goal kick. Well, that was some amazing play right there.
Well, you've got that right. That's what the patience gets you there. It creates opportunity. And look at this. Joaquin with a nice little touch to put himself ahead of the ball. Gets his head up. Oh, and it just hits the crossbar to go out. I'm sure he's going to get that one in next time.
All right, well, the Chargers goalie's electing to play long this time. Ball up into the middle of the field. Mateo there. He heads it backwards to Diego. And there's going to be a foul called. Looks like for a push in the back. And, yep, that's what it is. Chargers player foul. It's going to be a free kick for South Florida. Diego passes back to Brant. Brant over to Hansen. Hansen up the field to Diogo. Nice turn from Diogo to advance this ball. Oh, and he is taken out by the legs. No foul.
Well, I am going to strongly disagree here. As you can see, look, the player takes him out right at the legs. He didn't even attempt to go for the ball. What is the referee looking at? I'm lucky to get the corner, but I would be happier with the free kick.
Well, unfortunately, Hansen got ahead to that ball, but he couldn't put it on target, and the Chargers apparently clear the danger. Matthew there with the pass down to Nico. Referee saying play on, but play sort of stopped there. They thought they were offsides, I guess. Ball down the line once more. Played into the Chargers player, but Brant breaks it up once more. Brant looking for somewhere to go. Avoids 3 tackles and gets the ball to Brian, who has to slide in to grab that ball. South Florida wanted a handball called there. Not going to get it, and the Chargers are off to the races. This could be trouble. Ball into the box. Brant gets a touch to it. Lands to a Chargers player. Takes a shot. Mateo comes sweeping in. No foul called, and Eli will have it.
Oh, I've got to tell you, there's just bodies hitting the floor everywhere. Brant slides, Brian sliding in there. There's a handball, no call. Chargers get the benefit of that. The ball lands to the striker's feet. Mateo comes in with a sliding challenge. Probably saves a goal there. What a play here from South Florida. I still can't get over the call that the referee didn't make down at the other end of the field. But I digress.
Well, when Jeffrey gets like this, I have to remind our audience that the referees in MLS Next do not have the access to VAR. They cannot review their video. They're calling the field stands. So it's basically what they see is what they call. And Brian's going to get called for pulling on the jerseys here of the Chargers player. So we do have the benefit of video, so we're able to see plays like this where Brian is committing a foul and giving the Chargers player the business. And whether we like it or not, that is the call on the field. So, with that being said, although Jeffrey vehemently says that he disagrees with some of the calls during our games, we understand it's a difficult job and we don't hold the referees too accountable. And another long ball from the Chargers. Hansen is there. He gets ahead to it. He puts it out for a throw. Chargers again with another throw. Number 54, kind of short throwing here. I'm wondering if they're going to catch on to that at some point. Hansen throws the ball into Brant. Brant over to Diego. Diego giving chase. This could be trouble. Brant there to help out. Diego now on the ball. Passes it over to Matthew. Matthew now with space and time. Plays the ball through the lines into Brian. Brian to Nico. Nico now off to see what he could do with it. He's got 3 Chargers players around him, unfortunately. But Matthew comes and cleans it up, avoids 1 tackle. Now he's trying to take on another Chargers player. Oh, he just couldn't get ahead of him. And that looked like a clean tackle there from the Chargers. Nice little stop as Joaquin comes back to try to win that. Now Mossy. And the Chargers playing through the middle now, but not having much luck. now South Florida sort of backing off. But just not Joaquin. Joaquin will run all day long if you let him. He is not afraid to go charging after that ball in his search for goals and is willing to take on all challengers. Chargers captain looking for some help here, not getting any, forced to play long. Hansen there again, heads it back into the fray. Chargers player climbing on top of Mossy to win that ball, no foul called. Another long ball played. Matthew puts that one back forward, but a Chargers player comes away with it. Matthew now giving chase, trying to prevent the cross, able to delay the player enough that Diego came in and intervened. Diego now getting the ball off to Eli. So, some action here from the Chargers, threatening the goal, but unfortunately just not getting much off. South Florida defense is standing tall. And here's Brant passing over to Eli. Eli taking his time, now playing over to Diego. Diego back to Brant. I'm surprised the Chargers did not run in on that ball. It was moving fairly slowly. Brant now back over to Diego. Diego into Mateo. Mateo with yards of space in the middle. Unbelievable. What a ball to Brian. And Brian takes a shot. Oh, kick saved by the keeper. And we're going to have an offsides call on Brian.
Well, I don't see it here. We're going to take another look. We got this one completely on camera. Where is Brian offside? I don't know. It looked like number 50 was keeping him on as well as 54. But, again, I have to keep my mouth shut. I've gotten into some trouble lately, don't you know?
You have? With who?
Well, my mum. She's been watching the games and she sees how tough I am on the referees. And she says, you got to stop it, Jeffrey. You don't know what they're going to do to you. And I said, I can't stop. I don't know how. They keep on making these bad calls. Look at this one. This one, the Chargers player. He's on side. Look at the lad. I mean, it doesn't get much clearer than that. What are they looking at there? But, you know, I'm trying to keep calm.
Well, listen, Jeffrey, you know, again, it's a free country for a reason. You're able to have your differences of opinion. Just, you know, take it down a notch. I don't think the referees are doing it on purpose. As Matthew passes this one into Mateo. Mateo back to Matthew. Matthew looking for the return ball and gets it back to Mateo. Mateo back to Brant. Slow ball. And Brant, again, with the full range to do what he wants to do, gets it off to Mossy. Mossy looking around, seeing if he can find anybody. Can't. Has to play it back to Brant. Brant now looking up. Passing across to Diego. Diego back to Eli. Eli now, no pressure. Passes it off to Brant. Diogo looking for the ball. He's got his arms up in the air. He's wanting it. Mateo tried to play it, blocked by the Chargers defender. What a slide tackle by Hansen. Able to win that ball back. Great job by him. Plays it back to Eli. And South Florida's going to reset. Back over to Diego. Diego trotting up the field. He's got yards of space. Plays the ball long up the field. He's got Brian. Brian's on the run and offsides once more. That one was so long, unfortunately, we could not catch that on camera. But from what I'm hearing from Jeffrey, he had to step out of the room. He was kind of losing a little bit. He didn't think that was a good call either. Brian now winning the ball back. Oh, and he's tripped up there. They're going to call that one. And there's the foul.
Woo! All right, I'm back. I had to go and calm myself down. I was a wee bit upset with that call. That one was clearly a foul right there, but I was really upset with that offsides call. I didn't think he was offsides. I can't believe they're calling these plays. I can't talk anymore.
All right, Jeffrey, just remember your pills, all right? I don't need another incident like we had in Helsinki. All right, Diogo passing off to Hansen. Hansen crossing the ball, and we have another offsides call.
I can't believe this. What are they doing here? Maybe that one was offsides, okay. I'll give you that one. But this has got to stop. This is crazy. It's madness.
All right, well, at least we can agree that that was probably the right call. You know, no need to get upset here, Jeffrey, all right? Just calm down. All right, ball played back over to the Chargers. Brian gets a piece of that one. Brian charging in. Oh, could not find Joaquin with that. Chargers keeper comes out and collect. But South Florida is threatening here. Chargers have had a couple of attacks, mainly from some giveaways in the middle. Nothing really that they've built out of the back on. South Florida, on the other hand, have built several attacks from the back, threatening the Chargers' goal. So it's definitely, I would say, swinging in the South Florida direction as far as momentum. Joaquin now giving chase on this ball. He's able to get a touch, trying to get around the big number 50. He does. Takes another touch. We still have the ball in the field. Shot by Nico. Blocked. It's still in play. Chargers clear. Wow.
Well, I love the intensity from South Florida. Look at Joaquin, 110% here, trying to make something happen. Nico with the shot, gets blocked off the line by the defender and put away. Another goal denied.
All right, Matthew on the throw-in. Long throw over Brian. Brian was looking for a call there of a pull. Didn't get it. Slide tackle by Diogo from behind. Very nicely done. And it lays to the feet of Nico. Nico off to Matthew again. Matthew looking for the cross. Trying to find Diogo. It's over everybody. And just a little overcooked. Diogo giving chase. And, they're gonna call a foul on that one.
Well, he was no less late in that than the player did to him. Not the justification, mind you. I don't encourage that. But it was basically the same play.
Arguably from a different angle, to be fair. Chargers with the ball. Playing a little dangerously there in the middle. But get it off to their other defender here. Plays it long up the field. Hansen there again once more to head it away. Teo coming down with it. Nice little touch to Nico. Nico to Diogo. Diogo now. Moving the ball up the field. Step over there. Gets taken out from behind. No foul call. And the Chargers once again on the run. Wanting to play it long. Brandt brings it down with a very nice touch. And we have another flag up on the play.
Well, I agree here. No foul. He gets the ball. Good on ya. But I've kind of given up on what offsides is. I don't know what they know. I can't see where that player is offside when the ball is played. Maybe it's the angle. Maybe it's me. I don't know. I'm not even going to commentate on the offsides calls anymore. It's getting me too frustrated.
All right, buddy, no problem. You take a back seat on those. I'll cover you. Ball played over to Mossy from Diego. Diego back on the receipt of the ball. Voids that tackle. Puts the ball down the line of Joaquin. Joaquin to Brian with a nice little turn. Brian into the middle looking for Nico. Couldn't find him. Chargers play the ball out to the Y. Brian giving chase, trying to win the ball back. Ball played long again. Brian intercepts. Plays it to Matthew. Matthew to Mateo. Mateo with the cut inside. Nice little move there. Plays it off to Brian, who's now switched the side and is playing with Nico on the left. Brian again on the ball, trying to make something happen. Takes a contact there. No foul call. Ball still in play. Lands at Joaquin's feet. Joaquin's here in front of goal. Shot blocked by the keeper. Still in play. And kicked up in the air. Brought down by Nico. Brian puts it into the box. Nobody is there. And the ball is going to go out.
All right, this is a foul as it's going to get. He plays it through the defender's legs and he just takes him out. What are we going to do to get a foul here? I don't understand.
Ball thrown back to Brandt. I'm just gonna let you simmer a little bit. Brandt plays over to Diego. I'm just not gonna play in these games with you. I don't. It's not that I don't want to be partner. I do want to be, commentating partner with you. But when you get like this, I just get upset. And here's another offside call. I'm not even going to refer to you. I don't even want to get started. I'm not sure if this is an offside call or not. There, Brian may be offside. I don't know if he was at the beginning. Let's just call bygones be bygones. And let's say it's 50-50. Ball play back to Charger defender. Then up the middle. Chargers now playing back to their back. Center back once more. Back to their keeper. Back to their center back. And up the field. All right, Chargers breaking through here and working the ball up the left side. This is good work here by the Chargers. Chargers in open space. Nobody's coming to close down the ball. Shot blocked by Eli. Well, everything was really humming along there for South Florida, but they kind of basically let that one go through. Not really sure why. Diego passing over to Brandt. Chargers now coming after him a little bit more. Passes it off to Nico, who's checked in. Nico with some space. He's going to take it. Nico playing over to Hansen. Hansen to Nico. Nico into space once more. Nico up the field to Diogo. Diogo with a nice ball cut in. He could take a shot here. He plays it into space for Joaquin. Joaquin shot again, and another save from the goalie, blocking that attempt. Diogo now back on the ball. Plays it down the line to Hansen. Hansen plays it down up to Diogo. Diogo into Joaquin. Joaquin one-on-one with the defender. Takes him inside. Passes it off to Mateo. Mateo takes a shot, blocked, and cleared by the Chargers. Brandt there to chest it down. Lays it through the middle to Nico. Nico to Masi. Masi back to Matt Hansen. Hansen with a nice kick over to Diego. Diego now moving into some space. Plays it up to Masi. Masi through to Brian, who plays the ball through. I think he thought Matthew was running. He was not. And the Chargers are going to collect that one. And the ball's still in play. Ball up. Here come the Chargers. Chargers long ball into space. Diego giving some chase here. One-on-one with the defender. He gets around Eli there to come out, and he scoops that ball up, no problem. And he rolls it out to Matthew. Matthew now on the ball, bringing it up the sideline. Down the line to Brian. And it's going to be a throw for South Florida.
Well, I love bringing you highlights from keepers. And here's some good ones. The Chargers keeper so far, standing on his head. Here's another good come out by him. The leg block there on Joaquin's shot. And then Eli, finally being threatened in the goal, reads that well, comes out, collects, and prevents the attack. Good job by the keepers.
All right. Matthew on the throw-in. Waiting on the referee now. Throwing it into Nico. Nico passing it back to Diego. Diego to Nico. Nico trying to get the ball to Brian, but lands at Mateo. Mateo defended well. Chargers on the ball. Trying to find feet and force the play back. Back into the middle. Back to the defender. Joaquin giving some chase. South Florida trying to tighten their grip here. Uh-oh. Oh. Bad luck on the Charger defender. As Hansen throws that ball into Mateo. Mateo back to Brandt. Brandt up to Hansen. Hansen now with some space. Plays it in to Diogo. Excuse me, sorry. And out for a throw. Hansen trying to get the ball to Joaquin. And cleared once more by the Chargers. Hansen back to Brandt to reset this as the Chargers defense is all to one side. Diego with a long ball up the field. Hits Diogo. Diogo with a nice little flick there, but again called off side. Well, folks, Jeffrey, I don't know if we're going to hear from Jeffrey the rest of this game. He's very upset, to say the least. And now, oh, here's the yellow card. I'm guessing for dissent. Yeah, I don't know what to say, folks. Again, we don't have the advantage of video in this. We may not be able to see the overhead on these calls. You got to figure they're getting at least 50% of them right. As this ball played over to the left side, Matthew there to intercept. Now Matthew going on a run, gets it off to Masi. Masi trying to return the ball, can't find Matthew. Matthew trying to win the ball back, can't do it. Chargers clear long. Apologies for the frenetic camera action here. Not exactly sure what is going on. But ball eventually played out to the right side of the Chargers. Long ball once again. Brandt there to cut it off. Hansen up to Mateo's on the left side. He switches out with Diogo. Trying to play the ball to Joaquin. Can't do it. Looking for a foul call. Not getting any. I don't think you could be waiting a long time with this referee on the left side for some reason. Ball in. Now Brandt again playing the ball out to the right side. Hits Mateo. I'm sorry, Brian. That's my mistake. Once more. Nico coming away with this one. Mateo poking it free. Chargers winning back possession. Chargers look a little revitalized now. And trying to get this ball moving in the positive direction. Forced to play back. Back once more. Joaquin giving some pressure. Ball played up. Diego gets to it. Ball played back once again. Diogo giving the pressure. Here comes Joaquin. Joaquin trying to win the ball. Can't do it. Chargers play back to their keeper and then out wide. And then long. And out of play. Matthew on the throw and gets it off to Mateo. Mateo, no pressure. Taking his space. Still no pressure. Plays it over to Brian. Brian trying to split the defenders. Does one. Gets it off to Joaquin. Shot. And that appeared to be blocked. And it's going to be another corner. Here comes the ball. It's into the box. Hansen trying to get ahead to it. Can't do it. Ball cleared by the Chargers. Brandt there. Brings it down. Plays it back to Diego. Diego pushing the ball forward. Plays it over to the left side to Hansen. Hansen now on the ball. Hansen playing it in the middle. Nobody's there. Diego trying to get a foot to it. Can't do it. And now the ball back into the middle of the field. Ball is running down the line. Brandt gets it, able to play it off to Eli. No pressure from the Chargers. Figure they just keep on running in on him. They don't. And Eli just easily plays it over to Brandt. Little bite taken out of the Chargers' attack there. But they're very calm. As Brandt plays this one all the way over to Hansen. Hansen to Diogo. Diogo, again, taken out. Finally gets the foul call.
All right, I'm back. I don't think I can do another game here. Look at this. That's the same foul for the third time. He finally called it. Okay, I'm done. I will stop. But I have to tell you, it's driving me mad.
All right, Diogo to Nico. I know it is, buddy. Just hang in there. Nico to Brian. Brian trying to make it happen once again. Takes a shot. Can't get it done. Ball into the goalie of the Chargers. Joaquin just all over the place. Pokes it free. Gets it to Diogo. This could be it. Diogo shot. Blocked. Once more. Lands to Nico's feet. To Diogo. Cleared again. Hansen back into play. Gets it to Mateo. Mateo, no pressure on him. They're not even attempting to go near him. Passes it into Joaquin once more. Joaquin cannot make the turn. Chargers desperately trying to clear this ball. They cannot do it. Mossy now on it. Mossy to Nico. Nico trying to cut inside. He does. Passes it off to Brian. Brian with a nice turn. He's cutting through defenders. Blocked again. Cleared by the Chargers. Hansen now on the ball. Hansen running down the left sideline. Hansen looks at the cross. He gets it off. He gets taken out in the process. Hits the crossbar and lands in the goalie's hands. Unbelievable. How many bites of the apple is it going to take to finally get to the worm here? As Chargers just standing strong in their defense. Not sure if it's by design or by accident, but they have blocked almost every shot that South Florida has taken in the last few minutes. As we're approaching halftime, South Florida can at least be confident in the fact that they have one possession here, and the majority of the attacks have been from them as Matthew defends this ball. Mossy coming in with a slide, misses, and then this shot way over the goal, not really threatening.
Well, here is your bites at the apple, as you say. Brian with a nice move here trying to get to the goal. Beautiful slide tackling save there by the defender for the Chargers, clearing it. What a shame.
All right, well, Brant with the ball. Passes off to Nico. Nico's going to go back to Brant. Brant over to Diego. Diego back to Brant. And Brant taking his space. Charger players actually backing away from him as he plays this one into Mateo. Mateo now looking for options. Lays it over to Matthew. Matthew with the touch outside, but gives the ball away. Throwing for the Chargers. All right. Brian gets a piece of it, gets it off to Joaquin. Back to Brian. Brian trying to force the ball through, cannot do it, but wins a throw. Actually, no, reversed. Wow. Okay. South Florida now back in front of the ball. 3 players surround the Charger player. He manages to still win a throw. Chargers throwing back. Joaquin giving chase. Joaquin getting a piece and another throw. Taken quickly. Chargers trying to find feet, and they do. Passing well in the back, the Chargers are, but it seems like once they get the ball to the midfield, they're just looking to pop it over, which I think South Florida is ready for. Oh, whoa, that was a odd throw. And another throw will commence. All right, into Brant. Brant takes it down. Passes over to Diego. Diego up the middle through Mateo. Oh, able to get it. Gets it off to Masi. Masi, was looking for Diogo. That would have been a nice ball if it connected. Nico takes one off the head there. Gets it off to Mateo. Mateo to Diogo. Diogo gets it off to Joaquin. Joaquin trying to make something happen here. Shot again, blocked. Masi now on it. Masi shot. Oh, it's just over the goal as the keeper dives to protect his net. But no real need as it went over. All right. Getting closer to the end here, folks. As we approach halftime, I can tell you it's a lot of shots to very little in favor of South Florida. Ball possession, quite a lot to very little. Again, South Florida leading that category. Block shots overwhelmingly in favor of the Chargers as they lead that category above all. So South Florida probably going to be looking to go into this half on a high note if they can. Got a little drop ball action here. One of the players went down with the cramp. But South Florida going to be looking to go into this half with a little bit of something here. Let's see if they can get a goal. If not, what do you think, Jeffrey? Do you think it's a failure if they don't score here in the first half?
Well, I think it is because they've just played so patiently and they've created so many chances to put that ball in the back of the net and just haven't capitalized on it. I think it is a failure. Although they lead all the major statistical categories, the only statistical category that matters is the scoreline.
So you're kind of a glasses half empty guy. Got it. All right, so South Florida defending a corner here do well as the Chargers frantically trying to find some feet to clear this out of the area. But now the Chargers moving nicely into the box here. Slide tackle from Brant to break that up. Hansen now clearing his line, and he takes a hit there late. No flag, and then finally something comes here. I think it's going to be a foul.
Well, this is the 4th late tackle by the Chargers. Not all the same player, but clearly they're playing a little overzealous there. They keep on colliding into the South Florida players after they made their kick. Now, the referee has to step in at some time or someone's going to get hurt.
Oh, well, this is not a good thing. Right in front of the goal. Eli blocked. Save. Oh, man. Chargers just may have pulled off a shock goal here towards the end of the half, but Eli coming up strong there to block that one. We'll bring the highlight of that here in just a minute. But Joaquin down at the other end trying to cross it gets blocked once more.
Well, let's go back and take a look at Eli's save here. You can see 62 gets away with it. He's coming around the corner. Eli makes himself big, takes it off the chest there, and blocks the goal. Oh, what an amazing goal that would have been if it went in.
All right, Brian taking the corner. Oh, headed away by the Chargers keeper. Lands at Mossy's feet. Can't get off a shot. And all the way back to Brant once more, playing it over to Diego. Diego playing it over to Matthew. Matthew now on the ball, plays it over to Brian, who immediately gets hit by a Chargers player. Passes into the middle. Oh, blocked away by the keeper. Diogo was there, just couldn't get a foot to it. Chargers now trying to get out, and Diogo is going to take him out at the back, and that's going to be a foul call. Diego's second. He is on that yellow. He has to be a little bit careful. As we take another look, you see this. Brian plays this ball right in front of the goal. Oh, man, if somebody was on the back post, that would have been 1-0 right there. Oh, well. Well, we'll see. Approaching halftime here. This may be the last play of the half. Long ball from the Chargers. Headed back by Brant. Brant gets to Mateo. Mateo back to Diego. Diego up the field. Nico to Brian. Brian again. Oh, just couldn't get there. And I think that's going to do it for their half. 0-0 is the score. We'll be back with more highlights after halftime. If you're wanting to see photos of MLS Next action, head on over to Photos by That Bearded Guy. Photos by That Bearded Guy has been present at every SFFA MLS Next game for the last 3 years. And man, the photos that he takes are crystal clear, in focus, and some beautiful shots. If you also care to see some landscape photos, he also takes those as well as nature photos, which are something to look at. If you're tired of those same old AI-generated images that look like cartoons, then head on over to Photos by That Bearded Guy on Instagram. I promise you won't regret it, and you may see your player in action. All right, well, Jeffrey, you mentioned that it was a failure on their part if they didn't score in that first half. Do you still think that is true?
Yes, I do, and I'll tell you something else. It would have been a complete disaster if the Chargers were able to score in that half, and they didn't. They got very lucky there. There was 2 shots from the Chargers that Eli made saves on that really could have changed the course of this game. South Florida needs to put one back in the back of the net and put this one away. They have control of the game throughout. They're preventing many attacks from the Chargers. There's no reason for this. They need to score.
Well, I'm sure Coach Jared definitely is expecting that. They do look good. They're moving the ball well, and as you've mentioned before, they are very patient. They're moving around away from pressure and finding these little gaps of space for players to run into. It's just been tremendous defending from the Chargers. Every shot, every attempt taken, either the goalie or the defenders have come up big for the Chargers. So kudos to them, and just amazing play overall from both teams, defensively for the Chargers and offensively for South Florida. Let's hope that we get things turned around and we put some balls in the back of the goal for the second half. It's going to be coming up. Thanks for staying tuned.
Are you looking for something new and unique? Then head on over to our sponsor, Techie Apparel. Techie Apparel, bringing you all that's new in the soccer world with unique designs, one of a kind that you can't find anywhere else. From t-shirts to mugs and even to cleats. Yes, cleats. Custom-made cleats like these Venom cleats that you cannot find anywhere else. Only at Techie Apparel. That's T-E-C-H-Y and Etsy.com. Techie Apparel. Also, for something out of this world, you can see our new Galaxy cleats that are up for sale. And believe me, they are one in the universe. That is it. So take a look, come on by at Techie Apparel, T-E-C-H-Y Apparel, and Etsy.
right, second half, ready to go. No changes here from Coach Jared. Same lineup as the first half. You see these beautiful cloudy skies here in Lakewood Ranch. Lakewood Ranch overall is a very beautiful city. Most of it being brand new. I encourage you to take a visit. We saw Dog the Bounty Hunter in the Publix nearby, for those of you that remember that guy. He's a little crazy. You know, just a very nice community. Very well laid out and planned as this ball gets kicked back towards Brandt. Brandt passing it back to Hanson. Hanson under pressure, but gets it off to Diogo. Diogo trying to make something happen. He passes it back to Brandt. Chargers coming at him full force here in the second half. I guess they got the brakes taken off as Mateo now passing this one across to Diego. No more all the time you want on the ball as Matthew splits the defenders here and now has some space to run. He gets it off to Brian. Brian trying to return the favor to Nico but can't do it. And the Chargers trying to make something happen here. Mateo passing back to Brandt. Brandt to Hanson. Hanson down the line. He's got a runner. Diogo is fleet of foot here and puts it across goal, but nobody is there. Joaquin giving chase, able to come away with it, passes it off to Nico. Nico now into the box to Brian. Brian with the turnaround, his defender shot, curling effort off the crossbar. Headed away by the Chargers. Oh man, that's two so far today, and it's heartbreaking to see as that ball gets played out to the right side of the Chargers. Chargers now trying to take their space. And things have definitely slowed down a bit. But Diego comes over and gives the business to one of the Chargers players. No foul called. Again, he needs to be careful. He is on the lone player on a yellow in this match. Chargers playing it back in. Center backs passing it back and forth. Ball through the middle, easily picked off by Nico. But Nico having a hard time keeping control. Does finally. Gets it off to Matthew. Matthew back to Nico. Nico gets it back over to Matthew. Matthew now driving down the line. Driving down the line. Cross. Lands to the feet of Masi. Masi looking up. Takes a strike with his left foot. Off the crossbar once again. Diego trying to get a foot to it. Can't do it. Matthew is going to bring it down. He's under some pressure. Oh, nice little nutmeg. Oh, he can't win the ball, but he's going to win a throw. And man, what a series of events there. Unbelievable.
Well, it's the tale of two crossbars. Here's the first one. Brian, with the best vision he's had all day of the goal, puts a curling effort towards the goal. It strikes off the crossbar. You can't get any worse luck than that. And then Matthew, with a cross here, landing towards Mossy. Mossy, he gets the ball. He looks at the goal. He lines up his left foot there. He puts it in. And it's a beautiful effort. Looking for the back cheek. And the goalkeeper makes a great little tap there and puts it into the crossbar. Oh, the luck we're having today, I'll tell you. I wish I was Irish, because maybe we could have the luck of the Irish, but I'm not. So it's going to be difficult games ahead.
Well, now South Florida look like they're scrambling to get back here as the Chargers try to go on the attack. Hanson giving chase, knocks this ball out of bounds, and it's going to be a throw for the Chargers. Taken fairly quickly. Chargers in possession, moving the ball around or trying to. Diogo comes and takes it away. Plays it back to Hanson. Hanson back to Brandt. Brandt up to Masi. Masi to Hanson. Hanson looking up the field. Chargers have come off the press right at the beginning of the game. I mean, they were full bore. Now, again, back to the way it was in the first half. Hanson now with the ball. Plays way back to the goalie. Eli with no pressure. He's going to play it over to Brandt. Brandt plays it over to Hanson. Hanson with another ball across the field. Finds Diego. Diego taking his space. Lays it up to Matthew. Matthew puts it into the gap for Nico. Nico taking off down the line. Nico cutting it back, plays it for Matthew. Matthew again with another cross, but this one right at the keeper who collects it. All right, keeper taking his time, rolls it out. Matthew getting back in position. Fans here are eagerly anticipating some goal. More than likely from SFFA, as again, 2 more shots this half, both going off the crossbar, just inches away from going to the back of the net. You have to feel something is coming. Hansen gets it off to Diogo. Diogo back to Mateo. Mateo looking around the field. He's got plenty of time. Looking for somebody who got deflected, but it falls to Brandt. Brandt into Mateo. Mateo into Brian. Brian met with a defender. Mateo gets it back, trying to find Diogo. Ends up getting Joaquin. Played outside by the Chargers, and they give it away. Some tired legs starting to show for the Chargers as Matthew throws this one, and Nico gets it back to him. Chargers playing out to the right side. And they've got room to run. Hansen there to cut it off. Play broken up by Brandt, but Chargers somehow get back on the ball. A lot of fight still in these Chargers. As they decide to play back as well. And managing to find players. South Florida seem to be chasing the ball right now. And Chargers again playing it long. Into the space. Brandt is going to get there. Although he's going to have to be careful. That player seems to be pretty quick. Ball into Brandt. Brandt over to Mossy. Mossy plays it back to Hansen. Hansen to Mateo. Hansen back on the ball. Hansen down the line now to Diogo. Diogo to Mossy. This looks good. Mossy up the field with the ball. Brian gets to it. Brian now cutting into the defense. Shot! Over the goal. Again, getting these opportunities, but we need to finish. All played up the field by the keeper of the Chargers. All down the line. It's 4-on-2. Chargers managed to cross the ball. Wow, what a cross shot. Way over the goal. And Eli was in a good position to defend. South Florida looking for a handball call, not getting it. Matthew is asking for it. We'll take a look.
Oh, here it is. The keeper plays a long ball up the field. And you can see here, the ball bounces up, but it looks like it hits him in the shoulder. I'm not going to say that was a handball, but the defense needs a better defending than this. There's 4 of them and 2 of the other players. Now, this might have been an offsides. But they have to be more careful and more alert, not getting caught up in what was called and what was not.
All right, with the ball with Eli. Plays it over to Diego. Diego to Matthew. Matthew to Nico. And played out by the Chargers. Matthew with the throw. Gets it off to Nico. Good throw. As Nico plays that ball up to Brian. Brian with a nice little move out inside. Looking for Nico. Finds Mossy. Mossy with a little dance inside. He gets taken out. Couldn't really tell there whether or not it was a foul. South Florida was looking for one, but didn't get it. Chargers now bringing the ball back up the field. Very limited staffing here for the Chargers up the field as Matthew tries to get this ball over to Brian, but it's played out by the Chargers. And it appears to only be 3 Chargers players that are joining the attack when they get the ball. So they're kind of looking. As you can see, there's a lot of holding going on there. Brian plays this ball into space. I think he was looking for Diogo. Oh! And just couldn't find him. Chargers keeper throws it out. And South Florida gets back in position. Nothing really here for the Chargers to dig into and try to take their space while they can. That's a giveaway. Oh, but Brian then gets the foul called for him. Thank goodness.
Well, if you're not pulling, you're not playing the game. And this is the Chargers player just all over Brian like a cheap suit. And he finally gets a foul called for it.
All right, Diego stands over the ball. He plays it across the field to Hansen, who just be able to get a foot to it. And looking around, Nico able to get the ball, but then gets it. Oh, he just hits a kick to it. He was almost overturned there. As Eli kicks this ball long up the field, headed forward by the Chargers defender, headed down by Mossy. Mossy to Mateo. Mateo back to Hansen. And Hansen plays it back to Brandt. Brandt over to Hansen. Hansen looking up the field. Decides to turn it back around. Goes to Brandt. I can tell you folks, how do I stay so involved in this game when it continues to be the same repetitive action over and over? I'll tell you, I love this game. That's the main reason. I can talk about passing back and forth to Brandt and Diego all day long, knowing that hopefully, at some point, there's going to be a goal scored for South Florida, and it's going to lead to a win. So that is the secret, ladies and gentlemen. As Brandt moves this ball a little bit further up the field, gets it off to Hansen. Hansen back to Eli. And Eli over to Diego. Diego to Eli. And Eli up the field to Brandt. Oh, cameraman thought Brandt was going to go long, but he did not. He played it back over to Diego. And Diego decides to go long. He's got Matthew sprinting down the sideline. Unfortunately, the ball just goes into touch. But way to break up the monotony there. I applaud him for it. As the ball is lazily thrown into the game and then kicked out. DeRosa throws it in. It's Mateo. Mateo up to Brian. Brian back to Matthew. Matthew back into Mateo, but it gets cut out by the Chargers player. Matthew trying to win the ball back, but can't. Chargers coming in. Play it off to the left side. Oh, into the middle the ball goes, but that is clearly Brandt and Diego territory. They're not going to let that happen. Nico on the ball. He plays it long. They got Matthew one more time. Matthew just totally uncovered here on the right side. Able to get down to the corner. Plays it across. Headed down by the Chargers defender. Diogo's going to get to the ball. He's going to take it over to the corner here. He's going to cross it. Mateo was waiting on it, just couldn't get to him. Now Hansen on the ball. Hansen trying to get a cross in. He does, but this one goes right to the keeper. So, South Florida having to work on the crosses, finding targets in the box, finding people to get the ball to. All key components to scoring. Just not hitting them on all cylinders here today. As this ball played down the line, Matthew to defend. Brian gets a piece of it with his foot, but lands to a Chargers player who plays it back. Brian now trying to get a piece of it. Or I'm sorry, that was Mateo trying to get a piece of it. And foul. Again by Diogo. I mean, that's his fourth or fifth foul, and he's on the yellow card. Thank goodness the referee is a little bit forgiving. That one didn't have much in it. And you can see he's immediately apologetic, so maybe that didn't lead to a yellow card. Thank goodness. Chargers do not take this one short. They're looking for a player out on the right side. And Hansen's going to use his body to shield the ball and let it run out. And he's going to play this ball into Brandt. Brandt now. Looking around. No pressure. Able to take yards and yards of space. He plays this ball over to the right side. Can't find an SFFA jersey. And the Chargers are now back on the attack. You have to wonder, when is Coach Sherry going to make a sub? There's got to be some tired legs out there. Again, played IMG, second game of the series. So these guys got to be at least a little bit tired after playing a full 90 yesterday. And now what is going to be a full 90 today. And the same type of heat. I tell you, it's not easy. Eli with the ball. Plays it over to Brant. Brant to Hanson. Brant must have like a 99% passing percentage here today. I can tell you he's completed just about all of them. I haven't seen him miss one. Oh, as Joaquin takes a shot there from the Charger defender. Matthew holding his arm up saying, hey, what the heck? Hey, what are we going to get a call here? Play has stopped. As I think Joaquin took one in the area we shouldn't talk about. But take another look here. Oh no, there's not much there. I mean, he hits him in the ribs there. That's never a good thing. But stoppage to play nevertheless. All right, we got some subs. Brandon's coming in as well as Saul. Brian is out. I believe Nico is out. So 2 subs made by Coach Jared. They're trying to get this attack going. Still has Big John available on the bench. Going to be a drop ball here. Hanson was also down on the ground. I think he was having a little bit of a cramping issue. But he appears to be up now. And we're back in play. All right, Joaquin, revitalized, coming after the player as Big John is warming up. Here come the Chargers. Brandon in his new role in the midfield, looking to do some damage. Joaquin in for the midfield as well. I'm sorry, not Joaquin, Saul. Man, I am just getting all the names wrong. I apologize, folks. It's been a long day. Offside called. This time against the Chargers. As Brant now on the ball. Plays it over to Hanson. Hanson down the line. Can't find anybody. Chargers play it up back. Hanson again intervening. Hanson on the ball. Oh, he gets taken down and a foul called immediately.
Well, it's again, they're looking to swipe at the ball, but they end up catching the legs of the player. There you can see that tackle was at his knees. I would think that's got to be a yellow. He didn't even attempt to go for the ball.
All right, Hanson taking his time getting up. Like I said, he had a little bit of a cramping issue, and that, I'm sure, did not help matters, as Diego and Mateo stand over the ball trying to decide who's going to take this one. Referee appears to be ready. Mateo looking to get instruction from coach, and now they're ready to go. All right, who's going to approach the ball? That is the question. Diego steps over, Mateo delivers, and it's out. All right, goalie taking a short pass. Diego coming to the press. Hanson goes down once again. Oh man, it looked like he was trying to jump, and his leg just seized up on him. He is down on the ground once more. Coach Jared appears to be filling out some substitution cards, and you can see it right here. He goes to jump, and it's like all over. The leg just does not want to move. I've been there, folks. It's not fun. That leg cramps up, and it just doesn't want to do nothing. Trainer's on the field now trying to provide some aid and assistance. I can tell you he's in a lot of pain, folks. But hopefully he's going to be all right. All right, ball played down to Brant, as it was for an injury. Diego gets the ball under pressure, plays it back to Eli. John has now checked in for Hanson, Big John. Going to be playing at left back as Brant plays this one over to Diego. Diego now on the ball, getting harassed, gets it off to Brant. Brant now moving the ball up the field. Plays it long. Headed down by Chargers, but picked up by Mossy. Mossy popping it up in the air once more. Now Diogo on the ball. He gets it off to Matthew. Matthew touches it back to Saul. Saul into Mossy. Mossy back to Matthew. Oh, just wasn't running at the time. He's going to go out for a throw. All right, Chargers now under pressure from South Florida. This ball heading towards Matthew, able to get a foot to it. Puts it down the line, but it goes out for a throw. Ball thrown in. Pass back by the Chargers. And then up the field. Brant comes down with it. Brant moving through the middle. Brant into Brandon, who's immediately met by a Charger defender. Aussie trying to win this ball back. Now Saul and Brandon. Saul with a sliding tackle, but gets more of the player. No foul called, and another lazy throw-in from the Chargers, not called by the referees. Ball played over. John there to intercept. Gets that one off to Mateo. Mateo turns, finds Mossy. Mossy trying to get that ball off, just can't do it. And the ball played through the middle. This could be dangerous. Chargers shot right at Eli, who covers it up and denies the goal. Taking his time, passes it over to Brant. Brant into Mateo. Mateo over to John. John taking his time. Plays it over to Diego. Diego into the middle to Mateo. Mateo picked up his head. Sees Matthew. Matthew brings it down. Pops it up into space for Saul. Gets a foot to it. It was a little awkward for him. Aussie intercepts that ball. Saul with a quick move and wins a throw for South Florida. All right, Matthew on the throw. He gets it off to Mossy, who just gets knocked to the ground. And they're going to win a foul on that one.
Well, I don't really see much here. They're both going for the ball. I don't know from the other angle if he makes contact with Mossy. But he sells it anyway and wins the foul.
All right, Matthew stands over the ball, delivers. It's in the box, but headed away by the Chargers. Ball popped in the air again by the Chargers, and they are off to the races. Oh, wow, where did this kid come from? He is just racing in, and Brand takes it away from him, and Eli comes up big once more, preventing that shot on goal. Matthew puts it long up the field, intercepted by the Chargers. Chargers trying to move this ball into danger. Chargers seem like they've got some second wind in them, even though SFFA has made a lot of the substitutions now. Chargers working this ball into the middle. This could be dangerous. Matthew there picks it off, but it goes out for into touch.
All right, let's take another look here. When you're going to deliver a free kick, try not to turn it over immediately. Now, you could argue that that play was possibly offsides. We'll take another look. But look at this. If he just picked up his head and shot the ball, the net was wide open. Brant does a great job of coming back, touch passing it back to Eli, who's trying to clear, makes contact with the player, but wins the ball. Great job by him.
All right, well, frustration on both ends as the goalies have made some tremendous saves in this game to keep both teams in the match. I just don't know at this point who's going to win. South Florida has a lot of steam taken out of their ship here. Not really sure if I'm seeing an attack that's going to come and provide a score. As I say that, Chargers are desperately trying to keep possession of the ball. Diogo coming to provide pressure and does enough so that the goalie kicks the ball almost away. It is deflected off of Joaquin for another Chargers throw. Throw played back. And back again to another center back. Back over to their left side. And here come the Chargers. Ball over the top. Eli is there. He's going to kick it way long up the field. Play back in by the Chargers defender. Oh, nice little touch there. This could be trouble. And, Brant recovers and saves it from being a shot on goal. Great job by Brant to defend yet again. Plays this ball long over to Matthew. Matthew controls it with his feet. Now he's going to take off. And he gets it poked away by the Chargers defender. throw for South Florida. Matthew looking for someone to throw to. Finds Mossy. Mossy with a nice little touch there. And got himself into a little bit of a pickle. Tried to get over to Diogo. Couldn't do it. Now Saul. Brandon on the ball. Gets it off to Matthew. Matthew to Saul. Saul with a nice little turn there. Just couldn't complete it. And trying to win the ball back. Chargers forced to play long. Diego is there. Flex off his shoulder. Chargers win the ball back. Now Matthew. Matthew back to Brant. Brant to John, who is wide open. Nobody's even near him. He moves the ball up into space. Plays it back to Brant. Brant with time. Plays it over to Diego. Diego over to John with a nice little long ball. Completes. Now John on the run, gets it poked away, but it lands to Mossy. Mossy looking for Joaquin on the cut. Can't do it. And Diego having to head this ball and now shield it. But loses it. Brant there, slide tackle, deflection, gets all the way over to John. John now looking for Saul. Saul now on the ball with space. Plays it over to Matthew. Matthew once again looking for the cross. Plays, crosses. It's way over. Joaquin giving chase. Gets there. Plays it over to John. John now. Puts it in the path of Joaquin. Could this be it? Joaquin going towards the goal. Oh, and he dribbles it. Dribbles it out the back, and it's going to be a goal kick. Well, that's disappointing. Ball loose in the middle. Is anybody going to get there? Mossy does. Gets it off to Saul. Saul now weighing his options. Gets it off to Mossy. Mossy gets it off to Big John. Big John back to Mossy. Mossy into Joaquin. Again, shot. Oh, deflected by the keeper. Saul is there. Can't control it. Matthew's now looking at the ball. Matthew trying to get on it. We're getting a little bit of an obstruction here. We're not really sure what's going on, but it results in a throw for South Florida. Back to Matthew. Matthew trying to make a quick move. Did he win a corner? No, he won another throw. Now on the throw. Gets it into Brandon. Brandon back to Matthew. Matthew trying to put it in, can't, and wins another throw. Back to Brandon. Brandon, nice little move inside. Gets off the pass. Can't find a South Florida player. And Chargers trying to push forward now. Joaquin not making it easy for him. Definitely not making it easy for him with that as he commits the foul.
Well, this is a good foul in my opinion. The Chargers have been coming out at the back very quickly. There was a number of South Florida players still up front. So it's a good tackle to prevent the attack, and he commits the foul in the process.
All right, well, Chargers in a bit of a jam here as South Florida committing a lot of bodies to press. And it works out. They end up winning the ball in the middle of the field. Brandon now on the ball, gets it off to Teo, or is at least looking to. Now Mossy playing it over to Joaquin. And nobody can hold on to the ball. Chargers desperately trying to clear the line, cannot do it. Now Mateo on the ball, passes it into Diogo, flicks it on to Joaquin. Joaquin! Defended well by the Chargers who clear the ball. You could just see the frustration on the South Florida players' faces. They know they're almost there. They just cannot get it in the back of the net. Ball into the box, headed forward. Saul giving chase. He is on it. Passes it into Mossy. Mossy to Saul. Saul cross. It pings around in there, but they can't do it. Now the Chargers on the attack. This could be trouble as a lot of South Florida players are forward, but John able to break that up and plays it back to Eli. Players all with heavy legs, I imagine. Looking at Matthew's jersey, he is soaked through with sweat. And Brant plays this ball forward. Diogo is running one-on-one with the keeper. Saved again by the keeper. Kicks it away with his foot and cleared by the Chargers for a South Florida throw. Oh, man. What chaos is going on here now? Now, the line judge has got a problem. He is wanting play stopped so he can have a discussion with the referee. He does not like what is going on the bench. All right, well, they're going to have a discussion. What do you think about this, Jeffrey?
Well, they're either deciding what they want to eat after the game, or something occurred on the bench. I'm not really sure what. It looks like there's equal confusion from the coaches. We're not really sure. But they're getting a firm talking to from the center referee. So, there you go.
All right, well, they don't call him the best color man in soccer for nothing, ladies and gentlemen. That's some dynamite reporting there, Jeffrey. Thank you for that insight. As this ball is played over to the side, Matthew's going to get to the ball, trying to make something happen on the wing, passes it into Mossy. Mossy puts the ball into space, but just right to a Charger player. Not really sure the communication was there on that one, and the Chargers move the ball up the left side. Number 66 has Diego in front of him, and he is forced to play back all the way from basically the 18-yard box. Chargers now again in the middle of the field in possession of the ball. This game has gotten pretty open as this ball comes floating into the box. Nobody is there. No offsides call, but it eventually goes out, and it's going to be a goal kick. As I mentioned, the game getting pretty wide open. As you can see, everybody's just kind of walking. Guys are starting to run when they can see the ball. John there, and he's not going to get it. There's going to be a throw for the Chargers. So this is where you got to worry the most. We're probably about, I'd say, 6 minutes from the end of this game. And there's a yellow card for, I'm guessing, Brandon? Not really sure what that's for, but okay. Ball's thrown in. About 6 minutes left in this game. That line judge is not to be trifled with. This ball goes towards Eli, but no real threat to the goal. Brandon passing this ball forward to Mateo. Mateo, nice little move there. Plays it into space for Joaquin. Joaquin now again on the attack, driving in, passes, deflected away by the Chargers, and they cannot catch a break, but it is a good corner. Brandon on the ball, plays it into the box, headed through by Diogo, lands at Matthew, deflects around, and cleared by the Chargers. Jeez Louise. Lady Luck is just not on our side. As John comes away with this one. John trying to make something happen here on the left side. Beats one player. Trying to beat a second. And can't do it. And Chargers now, again, off to the races. Here comes Mossy trying to come back. Diego there as well. John now looks like he's going to let this ball run, but he collects it before it goes out. And you can see just all the players walking. No real attack here going on unless you've got the ball. John plays back to Brant. Brant across the field to Matthew. Matthew gets control of it, plays it up for Saul. There is just all the energy in the field here is just going towards attacking as Diogo trying to sell that foul. I don't think he's going to, but does he? He does!
Well, of all the miracles I've seen in this game, from all the posts being hit, he calls that a foul. I don't understand at all. But good for them, they sold it, and they got them a yellow card. Oh my goodness. Wonderful.
All right, Joaquin standing over the ball. No other South Florida players really in sight. Plays it into the middle. Shot by Brandon. Oh, and this one just goes wide as well. Oh my goodness. Just unbelievable. As you can take a look here. Oh, I think it deflected. Took a deflection off the Chargers player. They're not going to get a corner. Oh man, the luck is just not with South Florida today. That ball goes out for a throw for South Florida. I've just never seen so many balls going off the post, off the crossbar, missing just wide. All the opportunities just go away. Samuel plays to Matthew. Matthew was looking like he was going to cross one more time. Decided against it. Ball played into the box. And the Chargers keeper collects. I don't know. I don't know. If this game ends in a tie, is it really a loss, Jeffrey? What do you think?
Well, what do you think? I told you, they weren't succeeding in the first half. They may have gotten every category leading in, but they didn't put the ball in the back of the net. If they don't win this game, then yes, I don't think it's going to be considered a good thing. They need to win these games when they have the opportunities to score. Just a cross from Matthew. Lands there, shot, unsaved. This type of, they need to put the ball in the net to win. Ties are good, ties get you points, but you're going to feel like this is a loss simply because of the number of shots you had and opportunities that you had that you couldn't capitalize on.
All right, well, that ball played over the top. Diego there to deal with it and gets off the Brandon. Passes it back to Eli. Eli kicking long. So we'll try to make an attempt to sell it. Ball played up by Matthew and ultimately going to be a throw for South Florida. Matthew throws the ball down the line. Chargers trying to decide who's going to get it. Mossy now on the ball. Mossy playing it up, and it's going to go in a touch. Chargers taking their time with this one, and again, another lazy throw, which is finally called. Well, yeah, I'd be confused too. He's done it all game match. They haven't called it. They waited till now to do it. Unbelievable. Brandon now on the ball. He sees Diogo. Oh, just too far ahead of him. And yet again. Oh, there's a mistake there. Shot. Crossbar again. Oh, I cannot believe this. What happened there, Jeffrey?
Well, for those that couldn't see it at home, the referee raised his flag for offsides, but the center judge never called it. The goalie, thinking that it was going to be a free kick, just put the ball back into the area. Saul smartly played under the ball, but he kicked it and it did the crossbar. I can't believe this. I think you're right. I think it is the luck. It's just not with them today. They better go and get a rabbit's foot, find a lucky charm, or get a horseshoe, something, and put it around their necks for a day and get the luck back. I don't know where it's gone.
Saul comes sliding in there for that ball, trying to win it back. There is some life yet in this South Florida attack. Foul committed there by Brandon. And just take another quick look here. Yeah, he's a little late on the tackle, makes contact. Not that big of a deal, though. As I said, I believe Brandon's still on yellow. Diogo's on yellow. Hopefully that won't play a factor here late in the game. Brandon again comes down with that. Now Diogo. Diogo to Mateo. Oh, he gets the ball taken away from behind him. Ball put back into play. Marquinhos going to get there. Marquinhos trying to cut inside. Fighting off a defender. Looking for the pass. Cannot find Saul. Saul trying to win it back for South Florida. Matthew now in front of the player with the ball. And he intercepts, gets it off to Diego. Diego now trying to make something happen. The center back. Moving the ball up the field nicely. Beats two defenders. Crosses. Nobody is there to capitalize, but good job by the defender trying to make something happen there. Energize this team. As Chargers desperately trying to clear their line do. And now South Florida needs to get back in position. Chargers play the ball up the field. And Eli's there to collect. Well, we're coming to an end here, folks. And I don't think it's going to happen today. I think this is going to end in a tie. South Florida will be 1-1-1 to start the season. As John takes this ball and he's charging. John going down the line. John, nobody really coming to get him. John's going to take a shot here. Oh, and it goes off the back of the defender. And that is going to be it. That is the ball game. Well, thank you folks for tuning in. 0-0 is your score. No highlights really to go over. I think we mentioned it all in the game. We hope that you join us next time for the next game for MLS Next. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again soon.
Yeah. I get the ball.